Hello, Kerry, welcome. Doing fine. Thanks for asking. How are you? I know you've been busy lately. Not for much longer. Uh-huh. Yeah, I know there's been a break in development, which is understandable. It's very warm. I've been talking with MSTVD about some things. I think he is on your core dev team, so excited to see what we come up with. Yeah. I'm still... You know, I think it's good to have a siege breaker in it, but it could potentially be pretty annoying. One thing, you know that rebuilding things in Caesar is always a bit of a nightmare. What I think would be really good to, you know, facilitate this, because like if you add this, you can expect each attack to kill at least some structures, especially like from some enemies. Probably not everyone will have siege, but Carthaginians, Greeks, Macedonians, the sorts, you will expect there to be always at least some buildings destroyed. Since it's annoying to rebuild them, some people have been asking for like, oh, give me auto rebuild button. Maybe that's too simple. But how about we just are able to build over ruins without removing the ruins? Because that's an extra step we always have to do before we can rebuild something. I think that would kinda cut back on the tedium a little bit. Auto rebuild? Yeah. I mean, it would, but I would argue maybe too simple. If you want to go that direction, I wouldn't hate it. Because, again, rebuilding stuff in Caesar is always a pain. But, as a start, if we are able to at least build over ruins, that would be fine. So we don't have to clear them first. You could even factor in the costs of the clear. How about we widen the road? Yeah. I've only finally got a chance to play War Hospital. I'm pretty excited for it, and I think it's pretty interesting that the game is so much bugged mess I have to give up. Oh, yeah. It still has bugs in it. Some of them are ridiculously annoying. It is good. Gameplay loop is interesting. It challenges you enough that it's not a sandbox. You can't just say, oh, I'm just gonna plan well. You can still do that, but the game tries to punish you really hard for doing well. I think that's, you know, it is a challenging game. And it gets that feel right where you can't save everyone. You're not supposed to save everyone, and that's good, I think, for it. But yes, bugs. Some of the stuff I've seen in this game, and I'm not talking about trench PTSD, I'm talking about the bugs, it's not good. I was expecting them to patch that out quicker, but I think it doesn't make for a great streaming game, but it's a good game to play. The events remind me a bit of Frostpunk, so like a lot of them you will not be able to do well on the first attempt because you need to know what to select as options. Some of it is intuitive, some of it less, so you know. Some people don't like this kind of thing. I didn't hate it, but yeah, perhaps not the greatest. Let's go ahead and switch to view. Major issues would be aren't dead. Oh yeah, there are still game breaking bugs. I know. It's so annoying. As I said, I expected them to patch it out before, you know, it's been a while since the game is out. There's still jank. They patched out some of it. When I played it, it was early, and so there was a ridiculous amount of bugs, like people getting stuck infinitely when they take out a patient from the ambulance, which is crushing because it's a significant part of your workforce now unavailable. Engineers not being able to return from a task that you send them for. Stuff like that, really bad things. That's no longer the case, I think. At least some of it's been fixed. I'm not quite sure. Alright. Let's get some volume going. We need high music because there's gonna be instructions. I had an issue with ambulances which forced me to quit at the end of chapter 2. I didn't have the fortitude to restart it, yeah. So it's still a thing, the ambulance stuff. That's great. I thought they fixed it. Apparently not. That can be so annoying, I remember. That's so no worries. I hope they fix it. But even then, like replaying that kind of thing, it feels kinda bad replaying that. So I don't know. Some people will just give up on it forever, I guess. Alright. We've done Taraco last time, so today is Syracusae time. Let's go ahead and load into it. We don't start with that much money on this one.
The city of Syracusae has been inhabited by Greeks and ruled by their tyrants since its establishment as a Greek colony in 734 BC. The locals kept their Hellenic cultural ties, and the city-state was mostly prosperous in the centuries prior to rise of Rome and Carthage, becoming the most powerful Doric Greek settlement in Magna Graecia. This prosperity came to an end when these two ancient superpowers struggled for control of the island of Sicily and its largest city. The siege of Syracusae proved grueling for the Romans, but gave them valuable insights into siege warfare, given the massive Syracusan fortifications and war machines designed by the famed Archimedes. As for your assignment, the year is 212 BC, and the Second Punic War is in full swing. Rome has just conquered and sacked the city of Syracuse, so your task will be to rebuild and fortify it against the Carthaginians. The terrain should prove decisive in coming battles, especially if you use the high ground to set up defenses from which your soldiers can attack approaching enemies. Do not neglect the economic situation. Syracuse does not have abundant farmland, but the climate is well suited for growing olives. Olives and olive oil are extremely profitable if traded in bulk, as they are a Roman culinary staple. The Roman Republic has depleted her stocks of oil, meaning that you can expect several requests for this resource. Another challenge will be a reliable source of clay, as there is none at the city itself. There are clay deposits further inland on the island of Sicily, but trading outposts there would need to be defended.
Okay, so our edicts. We have dry climate, gardens are not available. Carthaginian blockade, sea trade routes have low reliability, as ships tend to get lost at sea while taking irregular routes to avoid blockade, and may, despite these measures, still be captured by the enemy. Building a lighthouse will help alleviate this issue, so sea trade problems are common. Additional information, we don't need to go too much into that. There's invasion points, so let's quickly take a look at that. Also, I will mothball these at the start. here, here, here. And that's it. So pretty simple, but we need to defend 2 points and they are separated by mountains. So if we build most of our forts here, then going here is gonna prove relatively difficult, but the attacks are not insane, so we should be able to deal with things. We are building nice cities today, so I'll try to build something a bit more unique than this, but we want to put the city on the high ground. That's my goal for today, for this map. Not just that, but also surrounding it with residential walls so it looks consistent as one coherent thing. Probably put some defenses to make it look like it has walls. Again, we are building nice cities, so not everything I'll do will have practical reasoning, I guess. Let's get the salary reduced to 2 denarii. Let's double check our trade. Syracusae, Regium is the land trader. It buys olives and iron. It's ship to open. And then C, right? Always C, yeah. 800 for Brindisium for stone and weapons. Flotsam. A flotsam comes from here. Perfect dock site here. This is gonna be our trade area or harbor. We could also do it here if I feel like it. For land, this could potentially be my trade area. Olives, iron around here. We need a block. Build some spaghetti. This is reasonable. I'm not gonna push it too hard. I think this is more interesting than the one we started with. So what's our goal? 6,500 pop. We don't need that much. So be enough. Water we can source from here. Extra houses here. Keep that open. So already go with a reservoir. Hereabouts. That looks good. Let's make sure we put up some services. This is a central map, so we'll need prefects. Usually 2 is good because public order could become a problem. We could stick with 1, but I really don't want fires. So I'll do 2 instead. And logistics. I think my central distribution is gonna be here. Or we could have it here, have more markets for the high ground. Distribution here. But we need to keep space for aqueducts. Let's get a Venus temple. The rest of the temples. I'll make like a worship area somewhere around here. We'll decorate it later. For the start, we just need it to work. Let's make sure I have an overlay because tabbing is good. There you go. Basic setup. Hey, very welcome. You are about to head to bed, no problem. As always, you don't have to hang out. I guess you would want to, because it's easier, but that's fine. It's just we're playing this with a nice city, so no major challenge. That tile is not accessible, that's fine. Yeah. Beer's been really poor lately. There's so much competition. Mind you, most of it is bad at the game, but that doesn't mean anything for streaming. People like to watch dumb shit. They don't want good gameplay, so that means nothing. Make of that what you will. Alright, olives and iron. Highway is not necessary, but it could be good if we have the money for it later. Start with some olives. You can get lots in here. $16.16 at the start. Get some water. Need more jobs. Let's get more jobs. Got some goods, also open this trader, sell olives, sell iron. Need to do some food next. Yep, wheat. Wheat is ridiculously powerful. 3 farms here. Let's see, I want to use this area as well. Let's get a granary. Spaghetti, but that's fine. It is fine. We could potentially roadblock this off. That covers that farm. No one comes here, just quartermasters perhaps. Full granary of that. We'll set up a supply hub soon. Hey man, welcome. Yeah, have you seen the video? What are the depths I've fallen into? That's the real question. You know which one I'm talking about, right? Indifferent. I think it's. I've been talking to Perspective Games, who is the developer on Tlatvani. He said that the peasants can actually work in other jobs as well. So, the description is not clear because they can work in other jobs. It's not separate strata. It's just that, you know. Yeah, they don't know they can do basically everything. It's just that they act as a change for the farming sheds, really. So the description needs to say they're both commoners and they can work both jobs, even craftsmen. I would say like make craftsman jobs and maybe service jobs done by artisans, and then have laborers and farmers be the peasants. Why not? If you want to make that distinction. So that's what I said. But currently it's just, yeah. You watched the Mediolan? Good. I don't know what I think about it. It's very different. But it's the first, like, proper video, apart from the tutorials, the tutorials obviously are good, because they explain things about the game. But the Mediolanum video is like a completely different content, and I think I rewatched it like 2 times. I would say I liked watching it, as opposed to other things I've done, which not so much. It was entertaining, it's good. Was the chainsaw? My favorite part is the battle, the tight one that almost destroyed the army. I think the intro cinematics fit really well with that. And of course, the Carthaginians. There's so many memes. I had to cut back a lot, though. Like, from the original footage, I had to eliminate a significant chunk, which I guess makes sense. Because it's only 26 minutes, as opposed to something like 2 hours. But I really didn't play for looks, so I beat the map in 23 years in-game, which was maybe a bit too fast. Because we didn't see like the largest attacks. Alright. Need a depot. Let's wait. We'll get a bailout, yes. I'll take it. 2 to 3. We need to start doing sea trade already. I need to decide where do we put the dock. I mean, I could have the dock for weapons and stone on the other side and split them into 2. But we also do want to sell weapons and stone to this. So I'm actually not sure. I think I'll go with this. We can make this look better than the other area, I think. In the future, not right now, obviously. First we need to make money, then we can build nice things. Let's get a bit of stone. Nice short preview of a map if someone wants to watch your playthrough first before playing themselves to get some pointers. Yeah, I try to do at least some, like the Fallout meme with the VATs to like show you what my thought process is when doing something like defenses or trade or supply hub. But yeah, I mean, it's not like close to something like watching a full VOD, obviously, because the informative value is way lower. But maybe that's good. Some people just don't like to watch really long things. Let's get some services. I'll be making some pawns. Let's get an obelisk as well. And I want paneled walls. I mean, it's the only one I have access to, so I'll be doing that. Is that really the only stuff I have? I have statues. We could do lararium here, obviously, but don't really want to. The lararium here. Should set this to get when the source is more than 8, so they always get a high quantity. And I could get another depot for this. Currently lacking a little bit of labor. It's okay. Stone's ready. Oh, we have... I think I forgot to lower the volume a little. But compensate.
I can't wait to do some trading here. I love a good deal.
It's a good volume.
I can't wait to do some trading here. I love it. No sign of crime around here.
It's probably fine. Yeah, I figured.
They say there's food here. Is it a good place to live?
Better, right?
No sign of crime around here.
Perhaps a bit more. I don't usually click on people, but... yeah.
There are simply not enough workers in this city.
There's a real shortage of workers here.
Shortage of workers? Okay. This aggressively British barber. The Sierra were British studios, so that's why. Let's get a proper small statue. I don't use these very often. I think I want a new depot. I need to start worrying about military enemies are distant. Let's get a little more food. Little, this is a lot, but sure. Can't have too much. Shortage of workers, that's fine. We'll be remaking all this. Already 1,000 residents. What's the current population capacity? We still can fit 600 residents, so it's okay. It's a smaller block, but that's what I want. I want to build for nice things. We'll do like 3 blocks, I think, in this city. We'll do some decorations later, obviously. For now, just make it work. So we also need to fund the military, which is not gonna be super cheap. Need a good basis to start off with. I might need more temples. I'd really like to not make small temples for looks. If I want marble, Regium sells marble at reasonable prices, but if I want to build Oracle, I need a workshop, so I need 10 prosperity. Price rise on stone, massive price rise. Yeah, we are gonna be rich.
I love coming here. Business is going very well.
Might have to make some more small temples, unfortunately. Suddenly I can afford to wait too much longer. Okay, we have money. Let's get a supply post. I want my barracks and military academy here. Would like to make it look nice. How do we do that? Surround it with palisades later. Build it somewhere over here. I know. It's okay. Oh, I should also use colored roadblocks. I know, it's money, that's okay. I tend to forget this. This building for looks is like a completely different thing than what I normally do. Now we need a fort. I'd like to make some legionaries later. Let's build some forts over here. I'll make these look nicer later. I know, it's okay. We'll make that money back in no time at all. I might entomb this. And we'll be using this access point instead. That's okay. And do purple in the blocks themselves. And I'll be right back, I need a minute. No problem. Right, so I covered that. Stockpile the olives. Should be getting a lot of money from the stone. Yeah. Let's get some taxes. It's November. Let's get some taxes. Pay people a little more so they don't get upset. So yeah, still obviously on very hard, so we need to manage all these things very well. I think we are fulfilling our iron quota without any issues. Yep. Selling the stone. That is really valuable. Gaza getting pissed. We'll have to deal with that soon enough. I really don't like spamming small temples, especially when we build for looks, but I'll redesign this later. Spoils of war have 32 troops, 2 full forts, and 1 cavalry fort. And if we prepare storage space for 30 pottery and timber, we get some goods. I might do it. Not yet, it's not a priority yet. It's January, new quota. Need some weapons production. We have 9 prosperity, I need 10 in order to unlock workshops. Grateful but upset about that, that's fine. Should make even more stone. Can export even more stone. There's another trade route if we have the money for it. I could even risk it and open it ahead of time. It's Rome. Let's do it. More stone, the better. Assuming we can produce enough. They buy like 60 per year, so we should get a lot, as much as possible. Food is stacked. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot about Siri's connection, that's why she's upset. Let's fix that. Made lots of money, let's get another fort on the other side of the map. Could do another block, but I'd rather wait for that. Olives. Could do Capia. To Capia. lives. I'll open it once we have some goods ready. I need a bridge, that's right. Let's do a ship's bridge. It's technically not necessary, but just looks better. We'll decorate everything afterwards. Invasion imminent, but we'll have 2 forts ready, so I don't think I need to be afraid of them. Copy on. There's another attack already preparing. That's simple enough. Make some horses. If I do horses, I'll need to do stockpile for pottery and timber. So I don't want to do that yet. Who sells me timber? And clay. Clay is gonna be on the deposits. That's a land trade, right? Timber is from Brundisium. And then a warehouse here for full warehouse of pottery. We'll reshuffle this later. And now I need to build a cavalry fort. Normal cavalry is not something I would build as an objective for it, this map. Subsidy expires, so now we can make workshops. Cats are nuts. Need to do oil. I know, he's upset, that's fine. Cats are really nuts. Sorry for the noises. We need a new block, because we can't evolve them easily. New block time. I want this to be sort of spaghettified as well. I don't think we want it too simple. Just something like this. It's not even as large as it could be, but it's fine. Oh, I forgot about bathhouses. I should probably do that. Otherwise people might die from plague. I'm surprised it didn't happen. These are smaller than you would normally want, so less efficient, but that's kind of the name of the game. prefects, because public order reasons. And a small temple to Venus. Along with a bathhouse. Don't allow Capia in there. Nautical salvage, alright. You could start feeding that pottery to my block, but I'd rather wait for the deposits to be a thing. First. Getting some pottery. Seven to 8. Let's get an amphitheater. Mana is fine. Let's get another. Javelin Fort, but I will want to do some legionaries soon. We have the money to get some weapons workshops.
I've heard there are jobs here. I want to be a lion tamer.
Let's get this sorted, accept some weapons. And we will accept armory. Some evolutions. This needs water. Might wait for those. 2 markets. Let's get some palisades down here. That will do. Hey Drake, welcome. But aside for a new colony, yes. That is slightly more food because Augustus needs you to feed troops as well. And the goal is higher. So, you know, it is different than vanilla, but you can still recognize it. Yeah, this is the first attack. As always, cavalry getting absolutely trashed. That's okay. Need those deposits. Because my pottery is gonna run out eventually. Could also like to, would like to build some monuments now. Let's see. Regium. Let's import some marble. Accept that in here. Lost olives, more marble please. Sand. Sand is also from deposits, isn't it? Yeah. And then bricks we can make from Brundisium. Unless I want to make them myself, which I don't think we do. And I should do school kids. That is a fix to make them comparable to other buildings. This is still a small block, relatively speaking. It's not as big as it could be. But yes, Augustus also changes that. I know we could put statues here, but it looks better if we use the residential walls. Gods are getting pissed at me again. I think it's because Venus has an extra temple as well. I'll have to make this nicer later, which is gonna be a nightmare. I might even replace this with monuments. We'll see. For now it needs to be a spam. Yeah, school is super jank, normal. like how this is. We don't have gardens, so I'll have to improvise. Get some legionaries. Let's make this a bit different. I want this to be the industrial zone, but I want this to be a thing here. This spam needs to go away. Not yet. I think this allows everyone at the start. Yeah, we need to disable that. No one ever comes here. Let's do timber. 8 units will do. What happens? I don't think I have that, yeah. What is this? this. Flare deposits. Objective bill. Have 48 soldiers of any kind. 3 full forts to unlock new trading opportunity. And we have that, so it's unlocked. Clay and sand. Open this. Let's make some concrete. We'll have plenty of money, so no reason to worry about this. We have bricks, or we should have bricks. We have concrete, we will have clay, so we need to set up pottery. Too much, but that's okay. Not pottery, clay. You want the highway just for the throughput? And the immigration speed. Can stockpile that pretty easily. They'll get some furniture soon. We need to give them oil as well. Can just overproduce. Out here. Ship is stuck. Don't particularly trust this, but that's okay. Oil from 5 to 8. Was that last time? Milestone, right? Was it a milestone? Yeah. Need to build some of these monuments. Let's get a couple down here. Resizing the window by mistake is not good. Accept monument builders here, here, here. Need entertainment, but I'd rather wait for that. We should give them second food type. And grow vegetables, yes. What's that? Gratitude. Money's not looking great, but that's fine. I know. Copy paste. Need those mausoleums. So gods, stop bothering me. Should do some oracles as well. The same reason. Connecting the city, usually a bad idea. In this instance, it doesn't really matter. Could build defenses better. That will do. We'll wait for the cavalry. Gods are getting angry. Hopefully these mausoleums come up soon. That needs access. Venus will solve all the desirability issues. I think we want even more stone. Do we have labor? No, there are. It's okay. Okay, Mausolea came up. I would really like to remove these temples. But for that I would need to spam more mausoleums. Let's build some over here. Get an infam. No, he's upset, that's fine. Food is a bit of a problem. That should hopefully get solved soon with all these farms. Plenty of favor. Getting down, this is getting down, we build an oracle. Looks like we might need more wheat. Not having that much labor right now, that's okay. A farm spot possibly, but whatever. Yeah, food is running out. All the oil should, or the vegetables should help, but it's tough. We'll see about the wheat. That should really help a lot. Are you doing it? Should be, right? Yeah. Okay. That's gonna help a lot. Pay people slightly more wages, so they leave me alone. We have plenty of money, so that's not really a big deal. Building this. Yeah, food is getting sorted now. Just vegetables are a bit rare. Need to standardize these blocks. Should happen once we get the Venus Temple. Should get a new legionary fort. This is done. Which means I can remove this. Store the weapons. We'll make some defenses here later. For now, just make a palisade. No column formation because it would hurt the DPS. Straight throw Pila now. Let's put it in here. Bricks. Let's do 1616. Hippodrome, increased trade quota. I don't need more quota, but we might build a hippodrome anyway, just because we can. Almost done. What's the prosperity goal? 75, that's fine. Grand Temple is done. Let's give it the obvious benefit. Some desirability up here. I want this to be cursed, I guess. While stretching it, might need 2 sets of services for this, which would not be good, so let's cut back on the length a little here. I'll need plenty of markets to get stuff in here. No side houses, I don't think. Two prefects. Barber, doctor. Connections. What are him? Venus Temple. And plenty of markets. It's something like 5. Hey colleagues, welcome. How are you doing? Could have this here, obviously. Let's build a Colosseum. Oh yeah, this. Sort this out. Okay, well, they're my favorite. I'm not gonna be building it, I don't think. It doesn't fit. Good, I hope the visit was pleasant. Did you see the Caesar video, by the way? I keep asking people who show up because I need opinions on it. Store some weapons. Store some more. Been friends for 35 years. Oh, sister is so wonderful to see her, right? Sounds good. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. It is different. Just say that. Yeah. That's a very long time. Yeah, for Go we'll need a library. And the school is breaking. It is. Kindergarten buddies. Creative side and experiment with stuff. Yeah, I know. I want you to have fun. That's why I made it. It's the first video. The Mediolanum experience is the first one that I rewatched, and I felt like it was something I would want to watch, and not just I made it for, you know, people learning things or something like the tutorials. It's more that it's to give people information on how the game works, because a lot of it is a little bit obscure. With the memes one, it's not like that. So I hope it ended up well, but it's very hard for me to judge it, obviously, because I made it, so... The fact I like it doesn't mean it's good, but... I feel like it's probably my best one I've made. It's obviously very different than playing something on stream like this. Being old means I lost me at times. Oh yeah, for sure. I think a lot of it is like a little bit of Gen Z stuff. So like, yeah, I get that. But I try to keep it relatively simple, but yeah, there's a lot of different memes. Yeah, no, I'm sure some people will hate it, because it's not serious at all. It's like the opposite of serious. And I've been making pretty serious content before, like all of it is straight up, lined up, you know, this is the information you need, this is how entertainment works, this is how favor works, this is how you do this is how you do that. This one, it does show you like the VATS noise, and then I show you, oh, supply hub, you know, things, invasion points, whatnot. But it's way more out there, especially like, of course, I was not like worried about the Carthaginians invading me on that, because one, I knew it was coming, and second, obviously the first attack is not very large. But I try to build a narrative around it, you know, it's the... Imagine, making that video is like, you are in North Korea and the glorious leader has asked you to make a propaganda piece for the masses. That's essentially how it is. And that's why the battle scene had all those things mixed in. That's why music worked in such a way where I try to use it to interpret, you know, conveying emotion without speaking, which is the first video where I don't speak much at all, apart from the start, obviously, because I need to talk about the Reconquer a little bit. But yeah, essentially it's like North Korea experience, making that. But as I say, I think it turned out well, I liked it, but I'm sure some people who are used to the series content will not enjoy it, and that's expected. Yeah, The cheeser moments are also the Chad moments. It's like the worst kind of message. It's like, you are completely fucked, there is nothing you receive from us as help, and you respond to that just yes. Not, oh, what am I gonna do? No, yes. Yeah. Brain rot? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, some of the memes might be a little bit tough to get, and it's okay not to get all of them. I mean, as I said, I enjoyed rewatching it even, and maybe on a rewatch you even notice some things that you didn't the first time, which, again, not many videos that I made were like this, or none of them were like this. Which I think stands as a testament. Maybe it's good. I don't know. But one thing, since you're talking about it, so like, the only reason it works is because Mediolanum has a very strong narrative going for it. Not just from the season standpoint, where at the start we had the narrative, but also it is very straightforward of a map, and there is like a big overarching theme that goes into it, which a lot of other maps just don't really have that. So it's hard to make like another one like it, if you know what I mean. Because some maps can be like it, but a lot of them just don't have that much of a theme going for it. Yeah, I figured I might as well try that. It's inspired by the experience videos that a guy makes it for Total War. It's made in a similar fashion, but obviously we took it into a different kind of levels. So it's not the same, really. He probably also has much higher production value than I have, but still. I think it's also something that never was done for Caesar content before. So, you know. Hellish Vistas was a great team. Yeah, you're not wrong, but that map is a nightmare. I would have to play the mortal version if I'm to have any chance of actually doing anything there. Yeah, that's why it made a perfect sense to make a video centered around it. But now I'm thinking what kind of other maps to cover with that, and I don't know. Because I don't want it to be same. I want each one to be different. Have something going for it that's not like the other one. Because just repeating what that one does doesn't seem like a good idea. Because like, I very easily could, but isn't it should I? Probably not. I don't have any gardens, so I'll have to go with statues instead here. What's the population, by the way? Yeah, if we get Neptune Grand Temple, we could even get all the population in... Oh, well, actually, I might just be able to get away with murder. Let's do that. It is like a... Again, it's like... It feels like making a propaganda piece. Therefore, it needs to have a certain theme going for it and centered around a certain idea. With Mediolanum it only worked because of that Carthaginian theme. Really. While there are maps that have Carthaginians on them, like this one has Carthaginians, the invasions are smaller and therefore it doesn't feel like you know, we are at threat of getting defeated or anything, which would actively work against it. So yeah. Still haven't figured out what the next step for that will be. Some water. Londonium. Later with the attacks, can feel grindy making another housing block to reach high pop goal. Yeah, Londonium is very long. I could make it. It just depends what kind of theme would be going for. I guess I could lean heavily into like British memes with that one. British could work. And Boudica did some really fucked up shit, so it doesn't take that much effort to make her look bad. But yeah, it is. It is very much like that. I mean, it could be a video. Hey, Brutality, welcome. SJ4 Season 3 in it. Yeah. Brutality, did you watch the video? I know you don't play that much Caesar, but I think that video is for you. I bet you would enjoy it. We need to build up some defenses to make it look nice. I don't have gardens, so we can't really make this look better. Hello. Right. If you have some time, I would appreciate if you watch it. Just to tell me what you think. I think you should like it. It's reminding her of business, riding her chariot across the flats when it's suddenly affecting Romans are everywhere, yeah. I know. There is some people who have sympathy for Boudica, a lot of it. I don't have much sympathy for her, because, again, the Britons, they did some of the worst war crimes in recorded history explicitly against civilians. Like, if it was, let's say, they defeat an army, and they would do some cursed shit to the Romans. Okay, I could kind of get behind it. They were the ones doing all the things. Fine. But they predominantly massacred civilians in the worst ways imaginable. And it's even worse than, like, World War II stuff. Okay? So, I think feeling sympathy for something like that, again, if it was against soldiers, maybe I could accept it. But even then, I don't I also don't like... If we talk serious, like, you have some people today will tell you like, oh, you know, they feel glee from watching Russians or the Ukrainians getting blown up by drones and whatnot. I do not feel like that's good. That's psychotic. Because that, on the other side of that, that's a human. Is it a conscript? Is it someone who went to the war voluntarily? You don't know. That could have been you if your country was at war. And laughing at someone like that is monstrous. So no one deserves that kind of fate. And yeah, so like I could, you know, I could accept sort of if the Britons did a lot of cursed shit against the soldiers, but they did it against civilians most of the time. And again, the worst crimes in recorded history, like if you read it, it's monstrous what they did. And so Boudica has been made into a national hero of Britain, but more due to necessity than anything else. I don't feel like people who are actually worshipping the cult of her really understand what she did. Again, it's more of a national thing, but, you know, sort of like Vercingetorix is for the French. So, at the time when the rise of nationalism became a thing, they looked into history and found these people who resisted foreign occupation, and they, you know, managed to prevail or fail, mostly fail, but they looked at them as national heroes, and that's why the cult persists. But I'm not saying they should stop doing that. People should be proud in their history, but at the same time, it would be good to have a grain of reality centered around it and realize that maybe some of the stuff that's done is really not good. No, that will always be the case though. Like, don't take me wrong. I think that war is never gonna go away as long as humanity exists, but laughing at the other soldiers, even if it's your enemy, deserve respect. They don't deserve this. And yes, I know, your country is getting invaded. Surely you feel some sort of, you know, for the Ukrainians, especially if your village was blown up or something like that, I could totally get if you feel some spite. But that doesn't mean that you should completely dehumanize these people. Same as they shouldn't do it to the Ukrainians. So, you know. Yeah, you need to not select and pick what fits your narrative and not, because this is not North Korea. You need to think freely, which means also think about things that were perhaps not done in a good faith, or that your country has done as a mistake. Which I'm sure almost every country has some sort of thing like that, but a lot of people just either fail or don't want to accept anything like that. You know, it's what it is. Maybe I'm wrong on this. It's possible that there is a broader justification that I'm not aware of for this kind of thing, but to me, it does feel like it's a bit over the top. Could do some palisades, I suppose. Funny Frank. No. Humans are not ants. You can't unify the Earth easily. Humans are way more complicated than anything else. Yeah, no, that's like... Okay, let's talk about some examples, right? So, let's talk about the Mongolian Empire. The biggest empire in human history that was founded by absolute barbarians. People who had very limited culture or understanding or anything like that, who rejoiced and used practical brutality to control mass population and killed millions of people. That was the biggest empire in human history. What they did is they knew they couldn't control such vast population, so they used, again, practical brutality to control people through fear. That's what you would kinda have to have even in the scope of like unifying Earth. What would you have to do is invent some sort of, because you would need to replace nationalism with like a global identity, which is a problem. Because people will always see differences between themselves and people from another place of the Earth. And therefore, building something like this is very difficult, since it is basically your construct. Since you made it, and as a... You know, there you have very little common ground to work on. Especially for people from like third world countries, they will look at this and see, oh, this is just you trying to dominate us. because they don't see us as, like, in the West, they don't see us as having their good at heart, right? Even if you were to come up with something that tries to do that, still, you would face significant resistance from even people like this. Like India, China, you know, places like that. Yeah. Because it's not a new idea to have like a global government or something like it. But it is really difficult to do, and not just because you might not want it, your people might not want it, but also because the people who are you trying to unify with don't want this. Because, like, realize that India has a very strong national movement currently. Those people would not look kindly on you trying to incorporate them into something artificial. And they have their history, and they don't like what the Brits did. So, trying to say, oh, we are all friends, but they would see it essentially like you trying to make them a colony again. Even though you might not want that, it might not be the case, people would still make equations to that. EU is a house of cards that's dominated essentially. Okay, so we should really not be talking about this, but EU only works because it is essentially a top-down system made for benefiting top-down, you know, system of society. Only the top who are in the EU, such as the French and the Germans, benefit mostly from its economic policy because of protectionism and also from standpoint of enacting tariffs on any other goods. Therefore, again, agricultural sector as well as industry can benefit and thrive because it is protected artificially by the government. The government needs to get this money from somewhere. People in the EU Parliament, it's not a parliament because there is no voting or real power with the countries in the EU. It's all decided by the committee, which is sort of more like a USSR sort of deal. It is not very democratic. I mean, globalization is bullshit, mainly because it is made to benefit the elite. And the elite itself does not want middle class or even lower class to do well, because it would rival their own power. Therefore, globalism in its current form cannot work because of this, because it's a form of control that higher class is using, you know, not just, oh, nobles. No, we don't have nobles no more, but we have corporations, and globalism is turning into corporate fascism. So, we talked about it before. It's like, some people call it late-stage capitalism, I call it corporate fascism. It is, essentially. Especially in the third world countries where they, you know, relocate the industry and then they use dirt poor wages to pay as little as possible to these people. Not to the betterment of their country, but to extract natural resources as well as labor from them. That's what the goal is. And of course it also hurts domestic. So, you know. It's tough to talk about this kind of stuff on Twitch. I hope I didn't say anything that's disagreeable, but I think everyone can kind of see how the system is frailing because of these issues. And, you know, the global elite does not necessarily have the good of common people at heart. It never had. It's all about the money, really, and power. Same as the EU, though. That's, you know, one of the biggest... it's one of the biggest, like, entities, I guess, in this kind of system. And then you have the American side of things where military-industrial complex as well as corporations are striving for control of public space. Same as like Google, Apple, these companies, sort of like Tencent in China, they try to control information marketplace. And it's not effectively a marketplace anymore, because that's the whole idea of... You've heard this before, surely. It's called the marketplace of ideas. This is the idea for globalism where everyone would be able to pool common knowledge and people would benefit from having access to unlimited sources of information as well as technology. But we see more and more that that's not really the case. And it's been, like Alex said, going on for a while. I don't think that automation of manual labor would improve the life of the masses, but it's actually just capitalist dystopia where people are kept poor intentionally. We are on the precipice of a new industrial revolution, which will mean that vast majority of manual labor will no longer be necessary to run the, day-to-day life in cities and or agricultural produce, things like that. This will, however, only have the consequence of causing mass unemployment and a huge political instability, because poor people strive for solutions regardless of what the costs are. So it's actually not a good thing, but there is a way to do it. It's just you realize, okay, so let's talk about another thing. This is turning into something completely different than Caesar, by the way. Like, I shouldn't keep talking about this, but you know that before the invention of the mechanical clock and our use of it in industry and the Industrial Revolution, the proper one, people worked basically as little as possible. There was no control over it, and even industrial workers in like manufactories and whatnot would work with fairly humane conditions, because you would need them to come to work and there was no way for to control them. Agricultural workers would spend like 6 hours per day working, and the rest would be, hanging around. If they could afford it, they would not go to work. Today, we work 12-hour shifts. I even work 24-hour shifts. A lot of people work ridiculous hours compared to how natural a human work cycle should be. Even cavemen didn't work this much. They needed to survive, and they needed to do things to survive, but if they could, they would take a break. So, no, that's fine. I don't mind talking about it. It's just that, again, Twitch doesn't like this, so I always am wary about talking about this. But the thing is, with the inception of highly controlled work environment that the capitalists have enacted on society during the times of Industrial Revolution, when people started to work 12-hour shifts more and more, you had people who they tampered with the clock. They made it so in fact the clock would be running slower when you are at work, and breaks would be skimped on, things like that. When clock would be running faster, then poor people would start to be able to afford pocket watch, and they would not want you to bring pocket watch to work because you could take a look at your clock and say, this is bullshit, you are ripping me off. And so what did they do? Did they fix this policy? No, they banned bringing clocks to work. That's what they did. This has kind of mellowed a little bit. We no longer have such complete blatant, capitalism, corporate fascism such as this. But make no mistake, if they can, they would still rob you as much as possible, because they only see you as a source of labor, and to their benefit. That's the only thing that's behind it. So, as a modern society, we have the technology. There is going to be an industrial revolution, regardless if we want it or not. The problem with that is, if it comes and we are not prepared, it would cause massive unrest, because people will get driven out of jobs, and if there is no policy to counter this, then we will have massive issues. What we could do, as we are talking about the West, obviously not like third world countries which still struggle a lot with industrial output and also subsistence farming and things like that. We talk about, industrialized settled society. What we could have is, you could slash workday in half and let more people work instead, but less hours, which results in happier life, less health issues, and generally you would have the means, because the new industrial revolution is going to allow for this to happen. And so everyone should contribute still to society, but they should no longer need to be squeezed and exhausted. And so this could lead to much more creative use of your time, as well as more free time overall, letting you to dedicate your time to family or whoever else. Therefore, this could be a thing. However, the entities at large will not like this, because obviously it's less money for them. Hey Sam, welcome. 2 hours of sleep? Oh, I'm sorry Sam. What have you been doing? Making money for them, yeah. With cavemen, where distribution of workload was based on the tangible of life versus death. today? No. Yeah, I mean, that you're not wrong in that. But also, it is proven that even like, in caveman society, only certain people would be able to do certain things, like blade knapping, processing flint into tools. So, you would have people like craftsmen who would, you know, be skilled at this, and also this had severe health ramifications because blade knapping would result in a lot of small chips of the stone being in the air. You would breathe that in constantly, and that would make you sick in the long run. These people had the benefit of not having to work for their food. They would just work for making, you know, what they were good at. But also cavemen in general, it is proven from the anthropologists that they know they haven't been overworking themselves, as in terms of, like, you would imagine industrial revolution era worker in like a Victorian factory working 16-hour days from since he was 8 years old. No, not really. So, you know, that only came a little bit later. Even medieval serfs didn't actually work that much. There was pretty poor sustenance, but if they could afford it, they would not work. So, you know, a little bit different. Was it hospital? Fourth son? Okay, that's great. Congratulations, son. Hey, Moy, welcome. Oh yeah, History of Civilis is a good video on work, yes. A lot of what I said is kind of inspired by that here. He basically covers this probably better than I can. So yeah, you should probably watch that if you're interested in this topic. Yeah, probably gonna have some pretty terrible nights sleep. Can imagine. Alright, send him the oil. It's gonna be peace that we need to wait on. Also, population. We have the pop. Pay some more money. I got back to the house and at 5 another 3 kids woke up at 6:30. Okay. Well, you should grab some sleep. Still some crime. I guess people want more wages. I have unemployment, right? Yeah, 25%. Colosseum will put a dent in that, but not much. Let's get a Neptune Grand Temple, I suppose. Oh no, let's do Ceres, just to stabilize everything. We have pretty poor decoration options because of the no gardens policy here. So I can't even decorate farmland very well. Can sleep as an option? I can imagine it's not so simple. Build some defenses for looks, I guess. I don't love how this looks, but I think we just have to kind of accept that. I'm gonna put a gatehouse somewhere. It is here. Alright. Get some palisades. Can't even do that here. What was the thing of magic, wonder and beauty, is it? I don't know, it's a bit special. It's really one of the walls of all time. But this is always nice, just not patient enough myself for them. Yeah, same for me really. It's unnatural for me to play like this. Because I prefer try-hard style, but this is not hard enough to warrant that. So, you know. It's okay. Okay, I would want to decorate my industrial zone at least a little bit, if we can do that. I only have access to the paneled walls, which I normally would not want to put in here. Do I have... no, I don't even have marble columns. Kinda sucks. Colosseum, not done yet. Need some bricks. this needs to be redone a little. Shankening. Last tower is amazing. I think it's completely blocked off from the enemy by trees and other walls. Yeah. I don't think it will fire a single time probably. Again, with the other stuff, I've also been building like completely worthless things. It just takes, I don't know, it doesn't feel natural to do this. I can tell you right now, and I think you know. I don't need to spell this out for you. You know me. You know, there's something about it. Some people enjoy it. Stakes. A lot of federal government buildings here in town are brutalist designs. Crush all hope and dreams early on. Oh boy. Need to breed it out of him early. Spaghetti. That is spicy spaghetti. Will produce some more oil. I think I have plenty of olives. Now for fun turn of global labor. This would collapse, all of it would. If I've built a city without global labor pool, I could make it work. But if you don't build for it, then obviously turning it over would destroy the city. There's not even a question. I've built some cities without GLP before. I don't generally enjoy it, but you could. If it's your kind of thing. Some madmen been playing their Conquered without GLP. Yeah, unemployment's pretty damn high. We are too efficient for our own good. There is enough money, so money's not a concern. Coliseum will help. Need a line house. Where do we put that? I guess here. Unleash the darkness. I should build a lighthouse. I don't want to connect to this though. I don't know how to decorate this. Some mausolea in here. Let's turn into some real spaghetti though. Are you still here, Sam? Or are you asleep? I have a question. Forgot to ask you. Just need peace. Don't really have see these temples for the benefit here, but that's fine. We don't need that. There's still more trade we could do, but no reason to really. For oil. Let's accept some less olives in here. 24. There you go. Yet more oil. Favor is high enough, we don't need to worry about it. But I might as well send it. Attack is incoming. That's the lighthouse. They're running in here. Got devastated by that attack, but that's okay. I think the music bugged out. Let's go ahead and get a screenshot going for this. Music bugged out. For some reason. Yeah, not really super challenging even when I built spaghetti out of pure instinct. Still not done with the Ceres temple. There you go. Music's back, but we don't really care with the request. that's a better one. So next up is my leeches. We'll do it next time. I feel like 2.5 hours is enough for today. For this, we've played Latvania before, it's kind of late here. So thanks for watching. See you around, bye.